But yeah, so how was it being raised in Connecticut? See, I thought it was New York this whole time because I know your love for the Knicks is crazy.
I'm 35 minutes outside of the Bronx, so, you know, adjacent, but the East Coast is great. If you're in Connecticut, you pretty much sound like you're from New York.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been to Stamford before. It's just like, it's a freeway ride away from being in New York.
Yeah, it's hop, skip, and a jump.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. But I've been out here in California for most of my life, but I'm like everybody else that's not from here. You know, we're from where we're from, but we're never going back.
Right. You never going back?
Mm-mm.
So Connecticut, that's where ESPN is, right? That's a big place for ESPN, right? No?
Bristol.
Bristol.
Oh, okay.
But that's not where, I'm closer to New York.
Okay.
Bristol's a little ways away.
Okay. How was it growing up in Connecticut, though?
It was cool. I grew up in the projects, you know, so just your typical.
There's a project in Connecticut?
You know, people in Connecticut, any of your fans in Connecticut are looking at you like, come on, man. Yeah, there's projects. Mine don't exist anymore. They tore mine down and replaced them with high-income property, but all along the East Coast. Seriously, back in the day, all along the East Coast, property on the waterfront was where the poor people live. Like if you look at like Edgewater, New Jersey, which is right across from Manhattan, if you were to, you know, the Hudson, it's, you know, it was a landfill. So that's just, you know, how it was. All the mob movies and stuff like that, they dumped you right by the water in the hood, you know, seriously, in the hood. But now it's not like that. But no, it was great. It was great. I was influenced by hip hop early on. So just like a lot of people that work in the business that are from the East Coast were, you know, hip hop kids.
How'd you get into comedy? How'd that even happen?
God, it was easy. Like my Uncle Mike, shout out to Michael Williams, owned the first black comedy club in the country. Somebody on the East Coast is going to complain about that. But he created the Comedy Act Theater in Leimert Park, which is right in the hood. And Robin Harris was the host at the time. So that's where everybody came through. DL, the Wayans, you name it. Anybody that was doing comedy kind of in that golden age, they came through there. And I was going to Englewood High at the time. So I would sneak to go, you know, every now and again he would let me slide in, or I would just sneak in and chill. He would put, that's how I learned the game. He would put 2 chicken wings on every table. Every table fit 4 people. So, you know, you go in there, you eat those chicken wings, you order 4 more and 10 more, and you laughing. So yeah, that's how I got exposed to it. And then when I went to college, San Diego State, I didn't want to get a job, a traditional job, so I wanted to be a promoter. My Uncle Mike started sending me guys down. So, you know, at the time, it was like Faison Love, Chris Tucker for $200.
Ooh.
You know, stuff like that.
So you caught Chris Tucker early then. So you used to do shows with Chris Tucker in San Diego?
Nah, you know what's crazy? I was supposed to do a show with Chris at San Diego State in Aztec. So this is a real story, Aztec Center. And it was probably 600 people there. And it was packed, nothing but black people. So he calls me the day of and says, I can't make it. I'm not going to do the Chris Tucker voice, but he says, I can't make it. I got to do Arsenio. This is the day of the show, Alejandro. So I'm like, yo, that's like, you can't. He's like, I got to do Arsenio. Because I think House Party 3 had just come out.
Okay.
And so he says, but I got somebody for you. I got Faison Love. I was like, what the fuck is Faison Love? And this is true. So he says he just did Bebe's Kids, the movie, which was an animated movie, and he did Def Comedy Jam. So I didn't have any choice. So Faison comes down, it's packed. And if you know anything about San Diego and the black people out there, San Diego is a blood town. I don't know
Absolutely.
If you know.
I do know that.
So, you know, they would always come to my shows. So I tell Faison when he gets there, I go introduce myself as the promoter. I said, look, dog, so I just want to let you know, seriously, I said, I just want to let you know before you get on stage, it's a lot of bloods in here. These niggas is ignorant, they Bama, and they blood, so I just want you to be careful. He said, nigga, what? I am from San Diego, and I am a blood. I said, yeah, you're going to do great. And I slapped him on the shoulder, and I walked off, and we've been friends ever since. But that really kind of helped. That show in particular helped propel me to continue to want to do more stuff like that.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
Do you have a relationship with Robin Harris? Because you mentioned him, and I saw that you executive produced like a special.
Back in the day, I never knew Robin. I was a kid.
Yeah.
So, but he was like, if I do a consistent show and AD is my host, that's how my nephew would look at me and AD. So, but when he passed away, years later, I was distributing DVD. I had a deal with Universal Music and Video. So Michael had these high 8 VHS tapes of Robin in the club clowning, just being hilarious on stage doing his weekly stuff. And he had shot a pilot, so we just edited together and put out the first Robin Harris kind of specials. Really, really bad quality, so don't go looking for that. But I did get a chance to do some stuff with Robin for sure.
Man, Robin back in the day was hilarious.
He was the best. Nobody was fucking with Robin Harris.
So I can't remember. Did Robin die? I know he died early. Was it diabetes?
I don't know. It's probably, I was in college when he passed, so it's probably like hypertension, something like that.
Yeah, it was. I knew he had something going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's wild right there. Mm-hmm. So did you get a chance to meet him? I know because he was coming. Yeah. So he was coming to your uncle's club too, right?
Yeah, he was the host.
He was the host every week.
Yeah, but I mean, I was a kid, so I wasn't really trying to be. I was trying to stay out the way so I could stay in there without getting thrown out. So maybe he remembered me, maybe he didn't. I don't know.
Why didn't you at one point get on the stage?
Because
I know you as being super funny.
Same reason it was so hard to get me to sit down and do a podcast. It's just not my thing. Truthfully, I mean, like I'd rather work behind the scenes and work to build up people who got talent and
right. But you constantly got jokes.
They're observations. They're not jokes. they're observations.
Seinfeld got over with observations.
Yeah, that's true. It ain't gonna happen for me though.
It's not gonna happen?
Nah.
I think you should get out there one day.
Nah.
Do you ever coach your clients? Because I know you work with a lot of comedians and you manage them. Do you ever coach them on how to tell a joke, or do you help nothing? You don't do any of that?
Nah, because the dudes that I work with are experienced. I like to say I only formally manage one client now, but I work with a few different guys that note. And, coaching professionals on jokes, I don't know if that's the right way to put it, but more often than not, I find myself listening to routines on the phone. If somebody wants to tell you a joke, they're gonna figure out a way to force you to hear it, even if you telling me you're not really trying to hear the joke you've told me 3-4 times. They're gonna tell it to you anyway. So you tag, you may give them a friendly tag, just hey, how about this? And if they like it, they like it.
Oh, okay, okay. So you just give them a little information on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but not much. I can't tell Deion Cole like, yo, you joke. I can't do that. Can't do that.